Hello, my name is Mark Nacol. In the state of Texas, it takes 61 days to get a divorce if every domino falls immediately and properly in place. Suffice it to say that's the great exception, not the rule. Some divorces by default, some divorces by immediate agreement do occur. But in the vast majority of the cases, it takes about 120 days to get through your divorce process. If the issues are custody, if the issues are substantial separate property, it can run anywhere from a year to 2 years depending on the county and the judge and the court that your case is filed in. It's very important that the discovery process be commenced immediately and diligently in contested matters. The financial statements, the cash flow statements, if a company is involved, all the business records, they need to be evaluated as to establishment of value and to make an election whether you want an expert. If your case requires an expert to render opinion as to valuation, the discovery process is the means to get the data for him to give an opinion that is reliable and believable. That may involve cash flow statements, balance sheets, financial statements, cash receivables, cash payables, whatever is involved in the business that gives it value. In most instances, I advise my clients that if they close their eyes and look through their children's eyes, the most just and reasonable result will occur. The best interest of the children in a contested custody matter should at all times be the platform of both spouses. If it is not, matters can get very aggressive and very extensive and very costly. I'm frequently asked, how do you tell your children that you're getting a divorce? And there's some folks that'll tell you to just tell them, don't worry about it. Mom and Daddy can try to get back together. We'll work things out. We're still working, but it may not work. And a lot of thoughtful people believe that. I think that's poppycock. I think a somewhat brutal but honest approach with the children is better. I don't love your father. I don't want to be married to your father. We're going to have two separate homes, and we're never going to discuss this matter again. But you have a father that loves you and a mother that loves you, and you're going to have two wonderful homes. And then you cut it off. They've got their own problems without worrying about your problems. And even though there may be a drop in grades, if teenagers, you may see alcohol use or acting out, obstinance, they're standing on land, on truth. They can go back to their school and they can go to the blended families and discuss weekend visitation. And they can go to the other folks and talk with them. They can have truth as a basis of their peer relationships. If they believe Mom and Daddy are getting back together, it might not be as critical to them at the time, but there can be long-term scarring because they're standing on quicksand. They can't associate with the blended group. They can't associate with the folks that never had marital issues. They're in between. They don't know what they are. And that can lead to some long-term scarring psychologically and emotionally.